This the Prince of the Nightlife, DJ Melly Mel. Now tuned into the biggest Chanel, Simone, April B, Flu Head, Grew Head podcast. Are you dumb? NYC, the ATL. Yeah, Brooklyn, what up?
What's up, y'all? Y'all know what it is. Welcome back to a new episode of the Flu Hair, Grew Hair podcast, where worlds collide no matter where you reside. I am your girl, April B.
And you already know I am Chanel Simone.
And we are your two favorite Brooklyn baddies, back with another episode today. And so as y'all can see, it's just me and my girl in the building today. So we're going to get into some things, honey. So, you know, me and Chanel, we spend a lot of our time talking, scrolling the internet. And we see a lot of y'all making foolish decisions in relationships.
Crazy. But are they foolish?
Are they foolish? We don't know. Today's topic is, have you ever made a choice in love based off society's rules and not your heart?
Say that one more time for them.
Have you ever made a choice in love based on society's rules and not based on your heart?
So pretty much what we're going to talk about, like April said, we scroll on social media. We see so many topics in a sense of, I know we're talking about love, but we see stuff in like how you raise your kids, which is at work, like how you talk to your friends and things like that. But since we're talking about love, society definitely plays a part in decisions that we make, right?
Yeah.
So love in particular, let's talk about that. There's people who I see behind closed doors in a sense of, okay, so let's say you with your girls and let's talk about, I don't know. Let's talk about threesomes. Let's talk about that. Let's just jump into it.
Okay, well, let's go there.
Let's talk about let's talk about sex, right? So with their girlfriends on social media, they would say, girl, I would never let a man run a train on me. Ew, you nasty. I would never have a threesome. Oh my God, like, ew, who does that? And you looking at them like, yeah, girl, who does that? Ew. But little do you know.
Shorty in the back when she go home.
Little do you know that's low-key her fantasy.
Yeah.
Or little do you know, like, she want to experience it or she just want to do it. But of course, you can't say too much things out loud.
So let's change the question.
Okay.
How about, have you ever made a decision for your life based on what society said was right versus based on what made you happy? How about that?
No, I think, you know what, we do it all the time, you know. I think it's in a sense of being talked about, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's your significant other. I think there's a lot of people who want to experience life on their own. I mean, we can even talk about, I know people keep saying, oh, I wish I would have never went to college. We could talk about, you know what I'm saying? College in the sense of a lot of people didn't want to go, but my parents made me go, or I know this will make my parents proud if I earn this bachelor degree, associate or certificate, whatever the case may be. But deep down inside, that's not something that they want to do. Or it could be in a sense of what? Hey, I want to quit my job
and be an entrepreneur.
And to be an entrepreneur.
But because society says,
no, you know what? Not even being an entrepreneur, working 9 to 5, because social media really just down in 9 to 5.
Oh yeah,
workers.
Nowadays, like,
now it's to a point where
back then it was quit your 9 to 5 and be an entrepreneur was crazy. Now it's going to a 9 to 5 and becoming an entrepreneur is like.
When I tell you social media, have you really truly thinking like, why am I working this 9 to 5?
Yeah.
I need to be a boss. Oh, I don't like working
I'm not a
for
boss
myself.
unless
I'm not a boss, but when they create their business, they're hiring people like me
to run it.
To run their business because they're out on vacation. And honestly, let's not get it twisted. Let's not think because you're a CEO or entrepreneur, like you're just on vacation and I got all this time. Some of your entrepreneurs ain't got no money. You remember we asked one of our guests this question, would you rather make $100K working for yourself or would you rather make $100K working for someone else? Of course, he is an entrepreneur and he would have it no other way, and we're not doubting what he said for granted. I know people would rather have that feeling of ownership. That's one thing April and I talk about, or in the sense of they got it out the mud. So if you rather do it yourself, trust me, go ahead and do it. But now it's in the sense of like, if you choose, well, I had people in the comments saying, nah, I'd rather just work it as a 9 to 5. Like, some people ain't got time for this entrepreneur. Y'all be struggling.
No, and not even that y'all be struggling. Sometimes being an entrepreneurs just isn't for everybody. Like, that's just not everybody's dream. Like, I remember this girl on my timeline wrote that one day. She was like, you know, I see people over here feeling insecure about where their life is because they work a 9 to 5, because social media is saying if you're not an entrepreneur, then you're really nothing. Mm-hmm. And it's like, the reality of it is, being an entrepreneur, you know, everything has its pros and its cons, right, including working a 9 to 5, including being an entrepreneur. Everything comes at a price. It's just, what price are you willing to pay?
Yeah, and like I said, when I say y'all be struggling, of course, you know, y'all like to tussle. Or at least I work for myself and you clock in. Well, at this point, I think I clock in. But it's not to say y'all struggling in the sense of to like laugh at the situation, but it's more so, do you think people really talk about the struggles of entrepreneur? You know what? I think people talk about the struggles, but we as people don't want to listen to the struggles.
You know what it is? They talk about the struggles of entrepreneurship when they're successful. And I think people don't get to see the stretch of the unsuccessful part of being an entrepreneur. They see this person and now they're successful. So it's like Jay-Z telling somebody how to be the best rapper alive. You already the best rapper alive. So it's like, okay, yeah.
But it's kind of double-edged, because think about it. If I'm an entrepreneur right now, right? Well, some people, of course, you're not going to see that. But when I get to that point, I could talk about, like, y'all, I was crying. Because imagine me, let's say, it been times with Flew Here, Grew Here, and Boss Media where I've been in tears. But why would I record that to show y'all I'm struggling? Like, y'all, Boss Media, like, Flew Here, Grew Here, like, y'all, I'm out of money. It's been times where I cried to April. But I'm not finna record it and tell y'all that, y'all, guess what? I'm struggling today. And for granted, it's not to say that you should or shouldn't do it, but now I'm at a point where things are looking great. Of course, it's not perfect, and it's still a struggle story. But now I can say, you know what, guys? I was on my bed crying. Yeah. So sometimes I get what you're saying. We do have to wait in a sense, because if I start crying right now, y'all gonna be like, yo, why are you on the internet telling us that you crying because you struggling? But if y'all see me here with the Cortez Bryant, y'all see me here with the Mixed Masters, like the podcast is popping. We got our last guest, Robbie. Oh, dang, yo, how did you get them? Yeah, you didn't know we was crying because
we didn't know we was gonna have a guest though, and they was gonna respect us and not to even
you don't know that it took us 3 months to even have this person in our seat. You get what I'm trying to say?
But it's like you said, it's the double-edged sword, because it's not even just entrepreneurship. We see people, we do it every day too with relationships. We go online and we see them girls who be like, I was broke, down and out, insecure for a whole year, and then I met this guy in 2 weeks, we're married and stuff, and we're sitting here literally asking for Sierra's prayer. Like, come on now. We don't see the struggle. She's just telling us, but in our head, we like, God, I see what you're doing for others, you know, or God, it's me again.
What's that meme? They said, I'm about to be a red flag because a green flag haven't got me
go
anywhere.
To my page and I posted it because it got me nowhere.
Right. No, and I truly believe as people, we ignore so many red flags in everything that we do. Friendships, relationships, work environment. I think we just want to see the end goal. Yeah. We don't care how you got to the end goal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it when it comes to the whole like thing about people talking about their struggles, it's hard to take a struggle from a Jay-Z. It's hard to take a struggle from a Beyonce. It's hard to take a struggle from a Rihanna, because it's like, you're successful.
Because if Jay-Z was telling us that he was struggling, will we listen to him?
Exactly. And the thing is, he did tell us he was struggling. It might not have been the struggle that we know, but he was a former drug dealer. That's a struggle a lot of people don't make it out of that. But all I see is Jay-Z the billionaire.
Right.
So now
but
I'm
if
like,
Jay-Z was the thousandaire, is and you're telling me how to be a GOAT, you're not even a GOAT.
Exactly.
But when the millions
that
come,
double-edged sword you talking
wow,
about.
so you couldn't sleep. So now I'm about to wake up 6 a.m.
No, facts.
Because that's how he got successful.
Facts.
But if you telling me you waking up 6 a.m. now and you still struggling, yo, I am not waking up 6 a.m. You know what? That's a question to ask people. Why don't we pay attention? Why don't we pay attention to the red flags? Why we don't like to hear about the red flags until someone becomes successful?
Because we have to fight our own way. Like, we have to get out of our own way. So it's like, okay, for example, my 600-pound life. They know they need to lose weight. Hell, I know I need to lose weight. But if somebody put a piece of chocolate cake in front of them, they gonna grab the chocolate cake.
But if they see Shirley, who lost 300 pounds naturally,
and she eating celery, sometimes it's like, damn, that celery nasty as hell. But this chocolate cake, it feeds me right now. It's that instant gratification.
Well, it is. So, okay, since you talked about a fat person, right? So, no, I mean, you brought it up. I'm just saying, since you talk about my 600-pound life, if Shirley was on her, hey, I just lost 12 pounds. That's it. I could still have this chocolate cake. You only lost 12. But if you saw her like, let me tell you how I lost 150 pounds. So I'm going to put this cake down.
Yeah.
But when I was losing 12, that was too little for you, right? So now you had to wait till I lose 150 to realize that you need to put that cake down.
I think Rick Ross said, like, I think it was Rick Ross, so don't quote me on this, but he said a lot of people won't see the potential in the struggle.
No, they don't.
They just see the end picture of the success. And that's when they start to believe. So, yeah, Shirley lost 12 pounds and it's like, that's cute. Let me get the chocolate cake with a side of Haagen-Dazs, 2 scoops. Yeah. But when Shirley come in looking like pow, 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 it's like, you...
Yeah, but when I was losing 12,
exactly, because I didn't see the struggle.
Right.
I didn't see the potential in the struggle. To me, 12 is a far cry from 150, and but now I see 150, and I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah. And let's bring it back to like we said, love with society. I'm gonna go back to like the Clubhouse, the Facebooks, the Twitters. It's so many people. And I know we bouncing y'all because when I tell you society plays a role in everything that we do, so we're really just touching bases on things like what we hear and see. So let's bring it back to love. There's people who I know who, and me and my mom had this conversation. So my mom is grown, you know, she's in her 50s, and there's a lot of things she felt like she could have done differently, you know, when she was 20 or 30, but you know, of course, the parents, society, and things like that. And when I say this is not necessarily saying my mom said this, but I was on Facebook, and this one woman was like, hey, I want an open marriage. She said it point blank. Do you know it was like 500 comments? God don't like that. How dare you? See, this, I want my man onto myself. And for granted, if that's not you, that's not you. But look how she was being so shunned in the sense of like, so why can I not have it? Because of society? Yeah. So if you sit here and be like, oh, I could never do that. Okay, and she was saying that's you. But for me, if I want an open marriage, that's just what I want. And if it works for us, it works for us. But of course, if she was to say that to her friends, she said it was for a long time she didn't want to say nothing because if she say it to her friends, they're going to look at her
they're going to judge her.
So the funny thing is she said too in the comments, you would rather let your man cheat on you 1,000 times, you take him back just to accept an open marriage. So she was saying, and I'm asking people this, what's the difference? And we don't have to answer this, but I'm repeating what Shirley said in the comments. If your man cheated on you a lot of times, and you took him back each time, why are you not open to having an open marriage if you're going to keep taking him back? And a lot of people in the comments were saying because in the Bible,
religion is always the top number one.
Religion is number one. And number two, I took vows. I supposed to stay with you through thick and thin. And number three, that's just not something I believe in. And I don't think that's just accepted to willingly say, hey, I'm in an open marriage. I never met a couple physically who said, hey, we're in an open marriage. And I ain't gonna lie, if somebody tell me that, I will be thrown off, but not thrown off is as I'm judging. Because honestly, at this point in my life, holler at me in 5 years, because you never know, I might change my damn mind. No, seriously.
No, I always say never. I never say never.
You're right. But if somebody say, yeah, this is my husband, we're in an open marriage, because that's not something people just throw around, I'll be like, oh.
Tell me more.
Right. Oh, so y'all, I think I'll be more intrigued more than anything. I'll be like, so. It's like when I meet like a gay couple, I just have so many questions like, okay, so.
Oh my God.
When I tell you, I be so intrigued more than judgmental. And I think that's why people really fuck with me, because I'm not saying you're in, so y'all in an open marriage? Wait, so what's y'all rules? So who can't do what? So who doing the bending?
Oh my gosh.
It's you. Like, I just never been that type to toot my nose at things that's honestly none of my business. Just like with the whole Will and Jada situation, like, honestly, I've been hearing about Will and Jada and what they do.
Everybody was.
And not once people was like, you know what, I thought they were goals. I never stopped saying, oh, just because they're open, they're not goals. Why you looking at Will and Jada? Not once. Honestly, when I have that discussion with Will and Jada and them possibly, allegedly having an open marriage, I've never been like, excuse me? What? Oh no! We talked about celebrity. You know, y'all.
Yeah, don't idolize celebrity couples.
Now, honestly, I've never even been that type to be like, oh nah, I believe in one man to me boom boom yay. No, I've always been like, oh well, I still respect them as Will and Jada, as legends in this industry, as a couple that honestly I look up to, despite what we hear about them. But I've never been like, oh nah, like they're canceled. I'm never looking at them as couple goals, because there's still a couple I respect in the sense of, this is his wife, that's her husband. If this is what they do, allegedly, that's what they do. And if they've been married for a long time and it works for them, who am I to come in and be like, like, seriously, if I decide to do something and somebody have something to say, I might spit on you, because who the fuck is you?
If this was me a couple years ago, I was definitely that judgmental person. I definitely was looking at people like,
and I can respect that, but would it be in a sense of because of your terms, or in a sense of like society, like it's just not right because that's not how it's supposed to go?
A little bit of both. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it's really based on society back then. But I always tell people, like, until you like lived, and I mean like really got to experience life, got to do things, step out of your comfort zone. That's why now I say I never say never, because back then I definitely was, if this girl slept with more than 2 people, she's a hoe. If this dude slept with more than 2 people, he's a hoe. If this guy, if they have some weird ass relationship of like, that's an open marriage or that's an open relationship, please get away from me. Like, but it was based on because of society's rules, like, and what I've seen, you know, and also too what I've been engulfed in and growing up, what I've been told, it was very much like, if this person did that, then they're a criminal. If that, but as I got to experience life, and this is just in the last couple years, like, what I noticed is that, like you said, like, speaking on people's lives and what they choose to do to me sounds absolutely crazy right now, because I dare motherfucker speak on my life and tell me what I need to do.
Well, April, I guess I'm a whore. I guess I'm a whore.
But see, that's the other part to this too, is like, you got to remember, I come from being in a long-term relationship, and when I say long-term, y'all, I'm talking common law. Like,
that 10 years
that 10 years plus. You know, so that was my first, that was my only. It was like, oh, so to me, I'm thinking, y'all running around here, oh, Ooh, baby, I do not want that. But now that I'm single and I'm living life, I'm not sleeping around. But it's
and if I am, the poom
is grow. Okay, but in the sense of like, you know, just what I decide to do. To me, it's like, girl, like sometimes I didn't live enough. I literally didn't live enough to even understand that there's other options out there for people that work. So now even when people speak about their relationships, to me, my thing is, you do what's best for your relationship and whatever makes you happy, because don't nobody else gotta live in that. I'm not your partner. Johnny's not your partner. Jason's not your partner. Sherry's not your partner. You do what's best for you and your partner. Right. And that's it. You don't got to explain yourself to nobody.
Right. So have you dealt with infidelity before?
Yes.
Okay. And with the same partner?
Yes.
Your common law partner?
Yes.
I have dealt with infidelity before. So, you know, let's talk about it real quick. You know how you said you was in a long-term relationship, he was your one and only.
Yes.
And you tooted your nose at other people, right? But you dealt with infidelity, but the partner never really get that back end of like, wait, ain't your nigga cheating on you, but you looking at me crazy?
And I can speak for both sides, right? So I can speak from dealing with the infidelity and also taking an untraditional route in a relationship because we decided he wanted to be polygamous. So it was like, I could speak from both, dealing with the whole, like, yeah, he's cheating.
Right.
But then it also conforming to being like, all right, well, cool. Well, this is what you want to do. I'm not sure if it's going to combat the cheating, but if it makes you happy to have the options, and then I don't have to worry about the other stuff because now I know, let's try it.
But and that's one thing too that we talk about with other people is, you know, people would toot their nose and do whatever, but go home and having a whole.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it took me to actually be single to realize like the hypocritical part of the way I was living or thinking. Like, so you over here, you mad, you calling her because she over here, whatever. But you crying at night because your man out there, you don't know what the fuck is going on.
Like, or if you found out what he doing, you took it back.
Yeah.
But now you said I slept with two niggas, I'm a hoe.
Like, it's crazy. And that's the way, the pressure that society puts on you to have these perfect relationships of what they consider perfect is really crazy. And people will have this very hypocritical part of them or very judgmental part of them that they can't escape because they really live in what society says is right or wrong. I don't do that anymore.
No, it is. I think as humans, I hate people be like, oh, I don't judge. You know, everybody has some type of judgmental thing.
A little bias in them.
A little bias in them, a little judgmental. You know, sometimes it's like, I won't say I don't judge, but I might be like, damn, girl, what the fuck wrong with you?
Let me,
Oh, you judging me? I mean, a little bit. Like, what's wrong with you?
Let me ask you a question, right? Because now that we're grown ass women, like I'm 32. I don't know if you want to tell your age, but I'm 32.
Grown.
She's grown.
When you hit 30s, you got a poom poom. Like, that's grown.
You have a poom poom.
You have a poom poom. If you 30 plus. Pot your poom poom. You are grown. You know, in your 20s, you got a little cootie cat.
Little cootie. That's my cootie cat.
You got a little
when you get to like your 40s, 50s, that's when you have a pussy. You have a pussy.
Now 40s is the pussy.
Yeah.
And then 50s is the medical term, a vagina.
Yeah. It's just there. Hopefully it works still.
Yeah, hopefully you have a vagina.
Like,
but 30 plus as of now, in your 30s, you have a poom poom. You are grown.
You went from a cootie cat to a poom poom. So now that we 30s plus, we have a poom poom, pacha poom poom, right? Knowing what you know now, experiencing life, right? Would you say that you're willing to have an open relationship even now that you've already done everything in terms of being with somebody committed and them?
You honestly, and I'm gonna give y'all a real answer. Yes and no. And I know that sounds so backwards. I'm not against it. But I'm a Taurus. I'm very territorial. So we could lay all the rules, I swear. we can have all the, and I'm not 100% like, yeah, you know what, I am for it. It's like, I thought about it, and it's like, I don't trust no man, and that sounds crazy.
No, it don't.
I don't trust no man, and I've never been married. Would I like to be married? Yes. So I know people be like, well, if you don't trust no man, why would you want to get married? Mind your business.
Mind your business.
Right. Mind your business. Mm-hmm. I still want to be a wife. I still want my kids.
She want her legacy.
I want my legacy. You know, I still want that traditional household. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not against it. So I would be lying and sit here and be like, hell no. I'm not against it. But I'm a Taurus. I'm very territorial. We could lay down the rules from A to Z to 1 through 10, 1 through 50. But the minute you did your thing and you come back home, yeah, I met a new chick. I met Cheryl. I see this eye. You met. What did y'all do at the bar? I mean, I vibed her out. We
had a couple drinks.
I bought her dinner. Nothing had happened yet, but I might consider. Yo. I'm not even trying to make my eye twitch, but it's low key like
it already like.
Oh, so you like her? I mean, I'm just trying to. So you want her? No, I mean, didn't we say? So that's your wife. So you want her? You want to fuck her? Huh? And it's like, yo, you said I could. Oh, so I said it. So now you gonna throw it on me that I. See, now I'm low-key thinking it's happening right now.
It's okay, for bring it back. It's nobody saying that. It's nobody saying that.
Yeah, because now, like, so you into her, you think she look better than me?
Oh, gosh.
So you think she look better than me? Wait.
So.
No.
So it's one of them things where you have to cross that bridge when you get to it.
I'm going to have to cross it. Am I 50-50? I'm more so 60% no, 40%, 70% no. 30% yes. Like it's something that I might have to talk about, but it is nothing in a sense of like, oh yeah, I'm 100% for it, but I'm not against it either. And that's just me. This is just Chanel Simone. Like I said, I don't trust niggas. I really don't. I don't trust men. I don't trust niggas. I'll be lying. Somebody asked me, do you think all men cheat?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
I think all men cheat, but I think it just depends on the partner they're with. Like let's say you meet a man, he already cheated on his last partner, so he might not cheat with you. But do I think all men cheat? Yes.
I think 99.8. I'm sorry. You know how you read the
disinfectant here?
And it says kills 99.9%.
That 1%.
Yeah, I think men aren't Lysol cans. It kills 99.99999 cents of bacteria. That's how
much men cheat. Yeah, and that 1% is
that 0.00001%
is the men that don't cheat.
Is the men that don't.
Got you.
So
Okay.
it's a very small amount.
Okay.
So out of 100, if I had to get 100 men in the room, and how many said they don't, that have never cheated on their girlfriend or spouse? Which one should we say?
No, I'm saying partner. Period.
Partner. Okay. On their partner, out of 100 men, I think
99% men cheated.
I think maybe 5.
And one thought about it and didn't do it.
10 is me being nice. Out of 100 men, I think 10 is being nice. I don't even want to say 20 because
that's pushing it.
5. I think 5 out of 100 men. I think 5 have never cheated on their partner. To me, saying 10 is really just being
generous. Okay.
But do I still want my husband?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like even though I'm living, like I still would never agree to an open relationship.
Okay.
At this point, like I feel like, what are we doing? Like,
so would you rather take your man back multiple times than to just accept? No, like dead ass. Be honest. Would you rather take your man back 2, 3, 4 times rather than just like, hey, you know what? Let's see how this could work. Because clearly, you're not going to stop.
No, I still wouldn't. No, at this big grown ass age, let me just say this. I feel like if you're still cheating after 31, 32 years old, like, You gonna be that nigga that's 50 years old with the full Gucci suit on at your daughter's baby shower trying to holler at her friends because ain't nobody there to wipe your ass when you old. No. At this age...
Ron Isley had his son at 50.
But he was married. He's married. But I'm just saying, I say that to say this. No, I'm not willing to take no man back 3, 4, 5 times after you cheat. No, we're not doing that. Like, it just is what it is. I could go find a new nigga. Like, and it might take me a little longer, but it is what it is. But I'm also not willing to accept an open marriage. It's not for me per se. Like, it's one thing for us to be dating. Okay, we're not exclusively dating. So if you want to date multiple people, I date multiple people, cool. But once we make that commitment to each other to say, okay, I'm yours, you're mine, like, let's really figure this out. There is no multiple women, multiple men. Like, it's me and you. And I just feel like at the end of the day, for me, that's just me. And I'm telling y'all, I done had a great couple of years these past 2, 3 years. But still to this day, standing, I want my own man. Like, and I want him to want me, his own woman. Like, and I just don't, again.
And that's why I low-key said I'm 30% with it, and that's 70. Because and I'm not saying, and I'm gonna wrap this up because I don't want to spill too much of my personal business. I'm not going through it now. I'm just saying, like,
no, these is past stuff.
No, yeah, I don't want a dude coming up to me like, I saw your podcast
and being like, so you 30% with it? Yeah.
Boy, if you don't get your ass on, we work at FedEx. Move.
And that's for the men who make.
Yeah, like, come on. If
you can't even afford two people,
come on, like,
you can't afford me and you, let alone adding a third person.
Hold on, because and let me say this real quick. It comes with levels to what I'm saying.
What
Please
they say?
Don't think you Johnny down the street. You know you got a good little decent job, thinking you finna have an open marriage with me. Like what?
What our friend said?
Cheating is a rich man's sport. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying you got to be Bill Gates to cheat either. It's just, it's levels to this. Like, please, like, don't get me started because I don't want.
It's okay, friend. Bring it back. I
don't want FedEx workers jumping me like, what you talking about? I make 40 an hour.
Yeah, because you know they UPS they making $100K plus now.
Yeah, so it's not whatever. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. Fight me if you want to, because I'm ready to argue in the comments.
She is.
But what I'm saying is, it's levels to what I'm saying. You know. That don't mean I'm over here agreeing with the and let me not say names because that's not me agreeing with the IG girls. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, yeah, I cheated. Now I'm about to buy you a Rolls Royce. That would be nice. But it's not to say like, yeah,
it doesn't erase the other. Yeah, because
eventually those cars and those bags get old.
Oh, yeah,
right. Eventually, you tired of getting the same gift. Oh, a diamond earring. Let me add it to my 30
my cheating gifts over
my
here.
Cheating gifts, right.
My
so
did you wrong
so
gifts. I'm
not saying, a man supposed to make a certain money, he cheat, and it's just all forgiven. It's levels to cheating too. Let's talk. Well, we're not gonna get into that, but it's levels to cheating. What I'm saying is, if it makes sense, right, then I'm not against it. But it's not to say, like I said from the beginning, like, girl, hell yeah, like you want an open marriage? Cool. Let's just do it. No. Because like I said,
the numbers got to make sense.
The numbers.
She's a finance person, y'all. So the numbers have to.
You know when Prince was like, "My mic is on."
Yeah.
Yeah, I want my producer to zoom in when I do that. The numbers gotta make sense, and sometimes, and like I said, y'all probably thinking, "Oh, so a man gotta make $1 million, he could cheat on all you want to."
No.
I know I sound contradicting, but hey. It just gotta make sense. But a piece of me too, like I said, I'm a tourist. Tourists are very loyal people. Yeah. Like, I'm very territorial with my friends, family, my man. So I might say this now and be like, you know what? I don't think I can handle this. I might agree to it, and I'm like, you know what? Every time you telling me, and one of the rules could be, hey, you know, we keep it real with each other. And you telling me about Shirley, and I'm like,
and now you getting.
But yo, you just told me about Frank. Okay, that was me. And you telling me about Shalonda? Yeah, my heart start and my
being
eyes.
fast. Yeah, no.
So yeah, society definitely plays a lot of in what we do as a whole. You know. So,
yeah.
That's just my piece.
That's just my piece. Well, y'all listen up. That concludes this episode of Flew Hair, Grew Hair. Y'all know what it is. I am your favorite media maven, April B. And you can follow me at it's April B __.
And I am your favorite Brooklyn baddie, Chanel Simone. Of course, you can follow me on all social media platforms except Facebook at I am Chanel Simone.
And don't forget to tune in every Wednesday at 8 p.m. on all streaming platforms as we drop a new episode. Y'all make sure y'all follow the Flew Hair, Grew Hair podcast page on all social media platforms at FHGH Podcast. And we'll see you guys next week.